Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin again, and I'm back at the Salt Strong Reel Room talking about a little sleeper of a spinning reel. If you guys like the Daiwa BG series, you're going to want to take a look at the Eliminator. So the Daiwa Eliminator has actually been around for, I think, about 3 years now, and it's just gone through a recent cosmetic change, a little bit of a bearing change, and I want to talk about some of the features of this reel that comes in only at about $100. So we're going to be adding the 2500, the 3000, and the 4000 sizes into our shop page, fishstrong.com. You guys got to go check it out. And we're going to talk about how this compares to the tried and true BG, and if this is going to be a good reel for you guys to add to your arsenal, if you're just going to be taking your kids out fishing, using some live bait, dead bait. I anticipate a solid aluminum bodied reel like this and made by Daiwa is just going to be a good option to have as kind of a general purpose do everything reel on the boat. So let's start by looking at some of the specs on the Eliminator 2500. You've got a 5.6 to 1 gear ratio, and some people might look at that and say, it's not as fast as, say a 6.2 or 6.3 to 1 gear ratio, but what you need to consider is that it still gets 33 inches per full turn of the handle. That's a lot of line, guys. I think the Fuego 2500 XH model, that 6.2 to 1, gets 34 inches. So the Eliminator and the BG have a little bit bigger diameter spool, and the space between the line roller and the rotor, or the line roller and the spool, is a little bit longer or further apart, and that's going to equate to a little more line back onto your spool per full turn of the handle. In terms of weight, you're looking at 9.9 ounces, a little bit on the heavier side for, an inshore spinning reel. But again, it's a solid aluminum body, so that's a trade-off that you would be making, knowing that you're getting the rigidity of having an aluminum product. So as for the drag capabilities, you're looking at 13.2 pounds of drag for a max drag. And yes, that is a lot lighter than some other Daiwa LT products that can put out, 22 or 26 pounds of drag. But in the big scheme of things, that's perfectly fine. Even if you're going to fish around structure with, 15, 20 pound braid, and you're going to be tightening down on a good sized snook around structure with live bait, you're likely not going to be applying more than 8 pounds of drag max on that fight. So this is going to get the job done. And again, important thing to consider is this is a carbon fiber disc drag system. So it's going to be very durable, and it's going to be very smooth and greased up, which is what you can expect from a good Daiwa product. And it is a 4 ball bearing system. You're going to have 2 ball bearing supports at the pinion and again at the main gear. So just like with the BG, the Eliminator series is going to be a solid anodized aluminum body. I believe Daiwa calls it their hard bodies design. This solid aluminum body is going to offer you the rigidity, aluminum body and aluminum rotor. I should also point that out. But aluminum as a material is going to offer you the rigidity that you might want if you're going to be fishing around structure. If you're going to be fishing underneath docks, mangroves, oysters, just rocky bottom areas, and you want the rigidity that a solid aluminum body is going to provide, or if you're going to be the type of angler that you've got kids on the boat, they're potentially going to drop it or scratch it, or it's going to get used and abused. Just like the BG, this solid hard bodies design that Daiwa calls it is proven. It's scratch resistant, it's corrosion resistant, it's just a great solid material if you feel like you're going to be pretty rough on your gear. Another cool feature that Daiwa incorporated into the Eliminator is their air rotor design. So this kind of often goes overlooked, and I want to bring it to light. So the whole point of the air rotor is to reduce weight in the reel. They do that by porting out these holes here throughout the rotor. It's still solid aluminum and durable, but by porting out these areas, you're going to reduce the weight overall, and it's going to feel much smoother when you're turning the handle. But at the same time, Daiwa's air rotor design is not like traditional rotors. It's not this kind of straight down, almost a 90-degree angle, and then back up again. It's rounded, and this rounded design is going to offer that increased rigidity and durability when under a load. So just like with all of our reviews, we talk about the pros and the cons of every product. And while there's a lot of great things about the Eliminator, there's 2 things that stuck out that I just don't think are necessary or really serve any benefit to us as saltwater anglers. The first being having an anti-reverse switch. We've said it before, there's no need to back play our fish when we're hooked up to a redfish or a snook that's running line. It's just better to have this anti-reverse feature removed altogether. They're starting to do it on all of their MQ body designs, which are the higher end $200 products. That's great to have. I'm sure there's application for some people up in freshwater that are fishing for walleye and smallmouth bass, but for saltwater anglers, it's just another water entry point over a long period of time. It's just another moving part that we don't necessarily need. And the second con that I noticed is that the Eliminator does not have a direct drive handle system. So this handle actually comes in and it's held in place with this side cap. So when you screw down the side cap, that's actually what's going to be holding your handle in place. Generally, I prefer the direct drive system because I know that the handle is going to wind directly into the main gear itself. But in the case of the Eliminator, it's just going to be held in place with this side cap. You're going to have a little bit of tension, and that's what's going to attach your handle to the reel so that you can go fish. So there you have it. This is the Daiwa Eliminator series. We have them in the 2500 size right now at our shop page, fishstrong.com. You guys got to go check it out. We should be expecting some of the 3000s and the 4000s here from Daiwa, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. If you guys have any more questions about this reel, or if you have any questions about a rod to pair this puppy up with, reach out to us at saltstrong.com. We'd be happy to offer some tackle suggestions for you guys to get geared up and get out on the water. And if you're new to Saltstrong, just know that we're the best online fishing club in America because we literally guarantee that you're going to start catching more fish while saving time and money. And we do this by providing you with our premium education, an exclusive insider fishing community, and huge discounts on the best tackle for saltwater anglers. So to learn more, head on over to saltstrong.com and we will see you in the insider family soon.